Hello, Central Illinois. In this video, we wanted to go over a little bit of the backstory about Loud Bros, how we started, if my name is really Jack Loud, how do you get the name, all these kind of questions for people. Well, essentially, I grew up in Clinton, and it was a pretty boring place to grow up. I mean, we only have a movie theater. My mom still lives there. My grandma lives there. My sister, her husband, and essentially, if you're watching this November 17th is when I will become an uncle, which is extremely exciting to me. But essentially, growing up in Clinton, we didn't really have very much that we could do, just a movie theater. So we got the name Loud Bros from actually having very loud trucks back in high school. And it kind of stuck because I wanted to have a unique name that was a little bit interesting, a little bit different. And from there, we have been growing ever since. We grew up very poor, so I had to start with pressure washing because it takes about $60 to $80,000 to get started into floor coating to be able to properly install floors, not take more than one day, have adequate equipment, and as well the adequate vacuum so that we create very, very little dust onto the surface when we're installing. And from there, we have just been continuing to grow and expand. I've always thought that if we do great work, we will be able to continue to get even more work into the future through a lot of referrals, which we've been very fortunate with. And essentially, you can see here some of the guys. So the guy on the squeegee here is Kobe. He was in the Marines beforehand. This is Sean here. He was in the Army. And then back there is Zach. He used to work in internet services. He would climb up poles up to 400 to 800 feet high in the air. And essentially, it was a long time to be able to get people who I can trust, who are have the same standards that I've always had for years. And finally, we've been here, and we just keep going. We're about to put a second crew on, which is super exciting as well too. So back to the video here for you. But yeah, essentially started in June of 2019 after I graduated from Illinois State University. Ended up living there because I was a residence assistant over in the Hewitt Manchester buildings for the co-science floor. And I was very, very shy. I'm more of the computer type of person, so it took me a long time to be able to communicate with people, but I really wanted to be able to talk, and I knew that I couldn't live how I was. Essentially, I wasn't able to even talk to the lunch people to check in when I was at ISU on my freshman year because I had so much social anxiety. So I was like, man, I have to really change this. And then I applied to become a residence assistant. And then my sophomore year, I ended up becoming a residence assistant onto the co-science floor, and that dramatically changed my life where I was going from not talking to anybody to being in front of 50 students every day, answering questions, helping them progress inside their lives, help other ones of them become residence assistants. And I was a RA from my sophomore year all the way to my senior year, finished that off. Also a lead research over there at Bloomington, worked with fungus as well too, and that was a blast. But after that, when I got done with college, I ended up starting the business afterwards, started pressure washing, got into deck restoration and sealing, and really just continuing on with the trend of taking the hassle out of maintaining your castle. We got connected with our distributors, Resin Works, at a pressure washing conference. And being a chemistry and biology major, the biggest thing that I was trying to ensure was that we were always using USA based products. So we use all of ResinWorks patch material, polyaspartics, their epoxy, their urethanes for every residential and commercial job that we use as well. Um, their training is insanely extensive, and they actually came out for the first three floors that we installed because we may make it look easy onto these videos, but for instance, this floor here, we have to install the whole entire floor. We have to do the base coat, apply the product at 150 square feet per gallon with the notch squeegees, back roll it both ways, flake the whole entire floor, cut in everything within about 20 to 30 minutes. Otherwise, the floor will be too cured for us to be able to work with. So I spent about 6 grand for them to come out for that first week, and then we were off to the races. Thankfully, we had a lot of customers from the pressure washing that we had done beforehand, and we just kept getting on and on with it, doing larger and larger projects. And I think we've done multiple over 5,000 square feet projects at this time, and it has been a blast. A lot of garages, some commercial, some basement floor coatings, some patios, porches, and some commercial areas like gyms and whatnot. But that has basically been the whole entire story of Loud Bros up until now. So if you guys need anything, we're currently booked out into December and have about 5 more spots left that we can complete in this 25 year. Feel free to reach out anytime. We'd love to get you a free estimate. Talk soon.